Hey book besties, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If you guys are seeing my face for the first time, hi, my name is Maya and I like to talk about books here on the internet. It's another week. I'm coming to you guys on a Tuesday at 6 p.m. It's fine. I'm doing great over here. Like, I actually am, but like also I'm kind of like, I probably need sleep. I'm probably on that sleep deprivation train. It's fine. So we are in a readathon this month. We are participating, well, me, but like you're participating with me if you're watching this video. We are participating in Escape the Readathon, and this is a competitive team-based readathon hosted by Lexi, Books with Lexi here on YouTube. And I'm on Team Podcasters. Welcome aboard the cruise of death. And boy, do I feel like it is. Like, we are headed towards imminent death, but at the same time, we're just having a great time trying to escape, and it's fine. Honestly, I am having such a great time. It's been really good to be back into a readathon, to be motivated to read again, to have that readathon community spirit. I don't know, there's just something about readathons, and specifically like competitive team-based readathons, that really bring out just like the competitive spirit, but also just like the friendly, book-loving spirit of the community. Like, we already have that, but then I feel like it gets amplified. You know what I mean? You guys, it's Tuesday. Listen, okay, Sunday was Mother's Day, and I really have no excuse. I outroed the last vlog on Sunday, and then that was pretty much it. Like, I was having a time. I was not feeling very well physically. Like, this whole side of my body was just not in its winnet. Like, my entire arm was literally feeling numb, but not like the numb where you literally can't feel anything. It was like a painful numb. It was like, oh, you're gonna know I'm here. You're gonna know that you can't move me, and it's gonna kind of freak you out a little bit. So that's what I was dealing with on Sunday. And in fact, like, I slept through my alarm because my back was doing this really weird thing. I never sleep on my back, but I was just having a time, I think, with my spine. And so for the first time in what feels like forever, I slept on my back, and I had to sleep through morning service. Well, I didn't have to, but like, I slept through morning service because I was just so much in pain. And then I was feeling a little bit better, and I tried to get out and move, and I went to practice that evening, and I was still kind of feeling it. Like, even during the outroing of the video, I was just like, oh no, this ain't good. And I had told my mom that we could meet after church in the evening, which I'm very grateful I did now, because I would not have been able to meet her for lunch. But we were gonna celebrate Mother's Day after the evening service, so I went to practice, went to the evening service, and then I went to my mom's house to celebrate Mother's Day with her. And then yesterday, it was kind of a content heavy day, but not necessarily in the way that I would have been able to vlog it. I was just doing a lot of content, and if you guys don't know, I only have my phone. So I can only do things for each different category of content like separately, which is really, really fun when the readathons come around and I'm just like, ooh, let me add vlogging into the mix. Okay. Yeah, that's a thing. And then there's also something special that's gonna be rolling out soon that I was also filming for. And then on top of that, I had the short form content, which I actually do get compensated for in that. And so I was focusing on that too. And then also I'm trying to backlog a lot of videos because I will reveal it here. I am going to a Stray Kids concert in June, and I am so excited. If you couldn't tell by the skidoo behind me, I'm kind of a Stray Kids fan. Actually, I have an entire wall. I have more posters too. So we're gonna go in June, and we're gonna go see them in concert at the SoFi Stadium. And then I have a concert. I was trying to think of where. I have an ATEEZ concert in August. Yeah, I think that's when they come to AZ, I think. Yeah, because we're not going out of state. I'm going out of state for the other one. I have a friend who's gonna go with me to the AT's concert. My mom is coming with me to the Stray Kids concert. Hopefully we'll get another convert. I feel like I've been converting left, right, and center for Stray Kids, and I'm loving it. That is my master plan. I am really focusing on the wrong thing by selling books when my true passion is selling Stray Kids. Just kidding. No, I love both. So I'll just sell them both. Anywho, so I'm gonna be going to a Stray Kids concert, and I know how that concert atmosphere be. Listen, I saw Augustine concert. I saw them perform at Hyde Park when I went to London, specifically to watch them perform at Hyde Park for that event that they were hosting there that day for the entire day. Yes, I did do that. I centered an entire trip around Stray Kids. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I know what that atmosphere is like. I know what I am like. I also know that I'm going to be out of state. So I want to be able to enjoy my experience and not feel like I have to work while I am enjoying the experience. Even though I love what I do here, there is work that is involved. So I'm just going to like jam pack my schedule as much as freaking possible beforehand and have everything ready so that I can like take off during that time. But then also after I come back from that, I am going with some friends to Sedona as well, and we're just gonna hang out and have a good time as well as like a little mini staycation type of thing immediately after that. So I'm just like back to back to back things. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna be kind to myself. I'm gonna give my content some backlog so that I can, have fun and be present and not have to worry about that, because I do want to keep up the consistency, but also I want to do my stuff. So I'll put in the extra work now. I'll get to do all of the things, and then I'll get to rest afterwards. And it'll be fine. No stress. Just feeling blessed. So that's what's happening. Yeah, so yesterday was all content. That's where I was getting towards. Yesterday was all content. And I also did a little bit of reading though. I did start on Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I just kind of had this urge to just find somewhere quiet and read. So I decided to just like see if I was gonna pick up a book or not. I picked it up. I am 2 chapters in, and they are short chapters. However, I just wanted to give like my initial thoughts on this book, and I just wanted to say that this is extremely well written. I am so impressed. I am loving the more elevated writing style, because simplistic is not bad, don't get me wrong. We love that. But I am an analytical reader. I am someone that does look for the elevated stuff, the imagery, the style, the technique, the characterization, can you make this really boring thing and make me want to read about it? And the thing of it is like you're getting the history, the context, the setup, the character background information, some foreshadowing, all within the first chapter. I have not read a book like that in a minute. This is the perfect recommendation. I apparently really needed this in my life. Do you know how insane it is that I've been blabbing on for 15 minutes about 2 stinking chapters simply because this writing style is so good? Listen, this was the time for me to read this book. I'll tell you what, it's been great over here. Yeah, I'm having a great, amazing time. I am falling in love with the writing style. I feel like I have read so many books when it comes to novels anyway, where it's more on the romantasy genre, and no shade, no tea. But the ones that I have chosen are a little bit more simplistic in writing. It's digestible. It's like crack. But occasionally I like to have something of substance so that then I continue with the crack, So I am excited to read this book. I can put in little snippets of my thoughts, maybe the more funny, controversial ones, but I am going to do its own separate vlog as well. I feel like I keep telling you I am picking up books and all of them are for separate vlogs, but it's the truth. So yeah, I am reading this currently, but also I put up a poll for all of you guys to help me select my next read after this. The fire emoji was Little Fires Everywhere. The dragon emoji was Dragonfall. The crow was Six of Crows. I had a little heart, and that was for Heartstopper Volume 5, which I would have had to purchase. And I kind of was secretly hoping that I would get, but I think this was the universe's sign of saying, slow down. Just pause, it's fine. We're gonna be reading Dragonfall by L.R. Lamb as soon as I get a little bit more into Little Fires Everywhere by Celeste Ng. Update on Zodiac Academy by Caroline Peckham and Suzanne Valenti. I think this is gonna be a DNF. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna say that I will never pick this back up. I'm not going to say that I am going to unhaul it. It's a very pretty book. I just think that there was an element in there that I hard pass do not want to see. I just don't. There are certain things in books that for me cross a line, and not having consent for things involving boundaries and personal space, no. that's just not for me. And it just crosses a line, a boundary, and yeah, that's all I'm gonna say on that. So yeah, I think we're gonna have to DNF it, and I'm not gonna read further than what I've already gotten to, because I already see things that I just don't appreciate, and I hear it only gets worse. And if it gets worse from what I just read, hard pass. So I know my limits. We're DNFing. We didn't get 50% of the way through the book. I got 80 pages in and I have to DNF. I can't go through with it. But I can log it. I can log it for pages at the front desk. I think that's what it's called. The concierge. I forget what it's called for the readathon. But yeah, I'm DNFing. And that is all I got for updates. The rest of this evening I am going to be cooking my HelloFresh meals. Oh yeah, I got my HelloFresh box and I unpacked all of the meals and things. I'm gonna do some cooking, I'm gonna do some reading, see if my storage space is available on my phone to be able to maybe bring you guys along, at least for montage footage. If not, I'll see you guys, and we may have some more reading updates for y'all. All right, ladies and gents, in a weird turn of events, I'm actually talking to you guys later on in the evening. We are heading out to the store because I just started dinner, and it's wontons, pork and scallion wontons, and I'm so excited. It sounds so delicious, but much like the butter incident, I need more oil. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna get some supplies for the place while I'm out as well, and just do a little mini grocery run at Fry's. And I thought I would bring you guys along for the chaos that is this journey, because not only is this a reading vlog, this is a cooking vlog. This is like cooking mayhaps with Maya. Should I brand that? I don't know. Is that a good brand? I don't know. Anyway, let's go. We have a Fry's right next to our apartment complex. It is the greatest gift, honestly. In times like this, I take the grocery stores for granted, as sometimes I do, I'll admit it, but to have it right there when you need it most, I love that. Thank you for being so convenient, grocery stores. We love you. Mission was a success. We got the olive oil and one extra thing. I'm actually very surprised I didn't get more, but honestly, I am so glad that I had some self-control this time. I mean, I did get some soda, that's the other thing, but I had no soda at the house and everything else is at the house and I don't need anything else, so good times. All right, let's go back to the house and let's make some wontons, and maybe I can even try and give you guys some footage of that. Okay, see you guys in a sec. Hi guys, editing me popping in to just quickly give some context to the video. So no, I was unable to film me cooking the wontons, unfortunately, but they were delicious. So success. Now we're gonna pass it over to Wednesday me, and I'll be popping in very shortly after that. You haven't seen the last of me. I'm going nowhere. If you guys thought this was an update on reading, think again. This is now a meal update, okay? Because what is better than books and food? Literally nothing. That is the best combination. And also, in my defense, anytime I go on a live and we are all doing sprints throughout the day, our big thing is seeing what each other is having for dinner or lunch or breakfast or whatever time of day it is, okay? So I am fully justified in talking about my meals. We're fine. We're chill over here. Anywho, I am currently making a HelloFresh meal, the spicy miso rigatoni with bacon, and it smells delicious. In the spirit of being an adult and meal prepping and just allowing myself to be lazy later on when I feel like being lazy and literally will not get up off my butt, even though I probably should, I am taking initiative. I am cooking the meal. And while that is happening, I am on sprints. I am listening to other stuff because tonight, even though I have read 0 pages up until this point, I am gonna sit down and I'm gonna start reading. I'm gonna continue on with reading Little Fires Everywhere. I love how, like, I don't know how much I'm gonna show you guys, but I love how I fell so in love with this book and its writing style and then didn't pick it up at all. But in my defense, I've been doing a lot of life adulty things, like being smart for the future, so that this next like week and a half of the month, I will literally have no content to film, nothing to do. I mean, I could if I wanted to really backlog some stuff, but I would rather actually take that time to just relax and read. Like, reading is technically a part of the job that is this content, but I just genuinely want to read. I want to read books. I want to get engaged in books again. Tonight I'm going to be picking up a 5th book in a series. I'm going to start the book that I have already started. I might even finish out the series. Who knows? I might start a new book. It's all up in the air, but I want to be able to just choose what I want to do with the evenings now that everything is kind of winding down a little bit, and now that I've gotten all of the content out of the way, because even though Monday and Tuesday were my content days, one second, sorry, everything was steaming and I needed to get it off of the stove. It is now complete. I am so excited. It sounds so good. Can't wait to taste it tonight. But what I was saying was, I just kind of want to have a chance to just chill and read, and hopefully I can just do some good reading tonight as well. I do have small group. That's the only thing that I'm really going out for. After small group, I might be going to Barnes & Noble just to get volume 5 for Heartstopper, but that's about it. That's about all I'm thinking of doing. So that's a plan, that's a hope, that's a dream. We'll see if I actually get it done. If not, at least I hope you enjoy the cooking adventure that I am taking y'all on here. We have become, I think we have upgraded from passenger to cruise cook. That's what we're going with there. Okay, all right. Anyway, I'm shutting up, turning off the camera, figuring out what to do with life and dishes, and then hopefully we'll do some reading and I'll bring you guys along for that. We have a reading update. Just brilliant. Listen, I am not one to like every 10 pages want to update a book. I mean, okay, so I did that for Fourth Wing closer to the end of the book, but that was because so much stuff was happening at the end and just like everything was happening, and I needed to talk about it. I needed to just vent my feelings. And like I think I kind of did that for Nevermore too, because I also needed to vent. Listen, when I need to vent my feelings, you know this is a good book. I just finished 20 more pages, about 2 more chapters. I am wrecked, okay? I don't know. This is not a good day to read this book because I'm already overly emotional. So, okay, context. Today I did my mentoring session because Monday something happened. I actually forget what happened Monday. Oh, okay. Yeah, my mentor wasn't able to meet with me on Monday, and I switched my HelloFresh order to Tuesday, and I wasn't able to see anybody that day, like literally anybody. I had plans to maybe see my mom and to help her get her car and give her a ride. Yeah, my food still hadn't come by the time she would need me to drive her over there, and the store closed about 20 minutes after I finally got my food, and I was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. So I'm sorry, but I can't help, unfortunately, because I'm not keeping meat out of a fridge. And she totally understood that. Great, amazing, love that. So we were meeting today. Why am I bringing any of this up for the context of this book and this update? Because I had my meeting with her, and normally it's not an affair that leads to tears, but I had called my sister prior to that, and there was just a lot of conversations, a lot of emotional stuff that has been going on, and it just kind of all culminated into something that needed to happen in order to heal further. So it was a healing cry. It was a good cry, but it was still a cry nonetheless, and it was still stuff that I was working through in real time during that meeting. So that was fun. So I am at an emotionally vulnerable place with certain topics. What do you know? The topics that I'm a little emotionally vulnerable to are here. And it's brilliant though. Like, even though this is borderline about to make me just like lose it in like that, you know, memories are resurfacing questions that I have asked myself. We're gonna get through this update and then I'm gonna figure out life. It's just handled really well and just written so amazing. Like I said this before, I'll say this again. I have been reading a lot of simply written books, and this is not shade. Like, there are certain books that are crack and sugar, or however you want to say that word, that is, you know, it's not the next masterpiece of literature, but it is something that, yeah, it's a good read. We all collectively agree we like to read it. And it's good for that part of us that's just like into whatever we're into. And then there is like technicality heavy, really good books. Like, they're just brilliantly written, like they're geniuses. That is this. I do need to go to small group. It's about that time, so I'm going to actually get dressed and get ready and head out, and I will update you guys on what I do afterwards. I don't know if I'm gonna go to Barnes & Noble afterwards or if I'm just gonna come back here and eat dinner and read, but regardless of what I decide to do, I'm just really glad that I got to read some more of that book. It's really good. Very glad I picked this up. This was a good choice on my part. Alrighty, time to head out. Told you guys you wouldn't get rid of me that easy. So, okay, Thursday I did nothing and there is no footage, so we're immediately cutting to Friday. I probably do mention that on Friday as well, but I just thought I would bring it up here. Also, I think I'm coming in one more time, but I'll get a better background for the outro because this is where I'm going to tell you guys what I did in terms of reading. It's not as impressive as the last couple of vlogs, but that's okay. You know, we're kind to ourselves. We at least read something. Video proof! Now back to your regularly scheduled programming. Hi! Wow, I feel severely ill prepared for this update. So, I guess first things first, I am so sorry that this video is going to be just awful, chaotic, and really not worth your time. So I don't even know why this is published. I think it's just because I have so much reference to other things that are about to be upcoming, and so what little I do provide will make no sense just because I have this idea in my head that I don't want to like repost the exact same content within both videos. Is any of this making sense? I'm so sorry. Just let me give you guys a little context build up here. So my more recent reads, The Calling of Morrigan Crow by Jessica Townsend, is for another video. And I don't know, I don't want to recycle the content because like I did that in Booktober and I'm just like, well, this makes sense for the video and I don't have any other footage. Maybe I could have just been smarter and done little moments here, little moments there, and just given you guys new stuff for each video so it's actually worth your time when you get to those parts. Because there were other things surrounding it, don't get me wrong, but I feel like I could have just like spliced it up in a better, smarter way. And so now that I have another chance to do that, I'm gonna try and do with that because that is what I would want to see. Like I would want to splice it up in a way where yes, I have the full raw footage length of whatever, but then I could splice up the parts that make sense to whatever videos that I'm doing if I have multiple videos for it, and just give it to you guys like that. That way it's new each time and it's relevant to the videos and it makes sense. All of the things. So sorry, that's the creative brain working there. So in order to do that, there have just been moments though where when I catch you guys up on something, I'm just like, all of that is literally going to be within that vlog. There might be like little sporadic comments, but they're gonna make no sense for this vlog, and that's fine. I wanted to let you guys know that that is what is happening. I am aware that that is what is happening in real time, and post-editing me will have already helped you guys out to explain it, but I just felt like I wanted to come on here in real time as I'm filming for this week and just let you guys know I do see it. I just didn't really, honestly, I just haven't really felt like vlogging past that, and I'm just gonna listen to myself as I'm doing that. I think the big issue truly is that I have been filming so much for other stuff because I'm going to be going to these concerts and doing all of this traveling in June, at the beginning of June, and I wanted to make sure that I got everything together so that I didn't stress myself out towards the end of the month. So obviously stress myself out at the beginning of the month, right? But I didn't want to stress myself out. I just wanted to like, okay, so priorities, here's what we're gonna do. And it's not even that I got tired of filming, it was just that I filmed so much already and I was on it for like the short form. And for the shorter videos, you know, there's a different type of energy. There's more of an upbeat, like entertaining personality that one possesses, and then when you go to the vlogs it's a little bit more chill because you realize that there is an overspan of time and you tell the story as it happens so that it makes sense to you, whereas the one shot of the short film product, it's like, okay, it's just that there is no context. Even though there may be context and you may say it, we're not showing it, or we're not showing like all of the aftermath before or after, or whatever. Aftermath, it means after, but or anything prior. So there's less to kind of give context for, and you know, that's okay. It's just it just makes for different types of energies. And so I, when I was done with that, I was just like, that took a lot of energy out of me. Let me just edit. And then I was editing and exporting, and I also do short form content that is different from this, but also same as this. And, I'm really working on figuring out how to like best use my time. Oh, my alarm is going off. I'm figuring out how to make the best use of my time and my storage and my editing and all of this, because a lot of what I do is on my phone and I only have one phone. I am debating on getting a second one here very soon, just so that I can have it separately as the content thing, and then I could use my phone as my regular, okay, like, this is my regular life. Here are all my appointments, here are all my meetings, here are all my adulty things, and like one little game that allows me to just breathe and not feel like I'm being overwhelmed with life all the time. Please and thank you, my goodness. So I don't know though, but it feels like that's a lot of money to put down for something that is still kind of on the smaller side and is like manageable still. So I don't know. And it was really just my idea anyways to do all of this before the concert and stuff. So I really don't know what's going on anymore with life, but hopefully next week is going to be a little bit more understandable as the footage goes through. Also, so that was a thing, but also, and this is going to lead into the reading update, another book that I am reading currently is Little Fires Everywhere. I am having a great time. I'm loving it. I am understanding nothing while understanding everything and having a great time literarily with just the style, the technique, the writing, the substance. I needed that after certain books. Yeah, but I don't know. I'm having a really good time, but that's also for another video, so I can't really say much. All I can say right now is that unlike sugary, cracky type of literature that sometimes we deem more fan fiction-y, Wattpad style, which by the way, it shouldn't be a diss. I know that there's like a kind of, I don't know, so there's connotation with that it's more of a diss. No, like, I've been on Wattpad. I've been on fan fiction sites. Some of those stories are freaking elaborate. Now, they will never be able to be in print because real people, real idols, real stuff going on there. Maybe not. But their talent is just flowing through the page. You just see it. As writers, creative writers, people who just like to write on the side, who knows? I don't know. But they are really good. So it's not like a diss, but there's also the connotation of it's like crack. If that makes sense. Like it's just like delicious and sweet and just not good for you, but it's addictive. And there's a space for that, obviously. And no writer is immune. I don't care what people say. No writer is immune to that, okay? I'm sorry, not writer. No reader is immune to that. And that's just tea. So I love that stuff. I do. But too much of it, and you start to like really, really crave the meat, the veggies, the carbs, the sides, you start to want the savory. This book is so savory, so savory. Actually, that's a very good word to describe this. It's so savory. Like, it is that big, fat, juicy steak that just cuts so perfectly, has the right coloring on the inside, all of the perfect seasonings. Now I'm thinking about steak. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of that one meal from Butter. I love Alex Guarnaschelli. Anyway, I went to New York one time with my mom. We redid my high school experience and we went to Butter, Alex Guarnaschelli's restaurant. If you are a food fan, you know exactly who I'm talking about. If you are not, She is a very, very highly acclaimed, and rightfully so, chef who has a place in New York called Butter. I still have dreams about it. Anyway, listen, it is that. It is that. Now, maybe it's because I am deprived of like that type of food in books, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I truly, you know, when I stop reading pretty much every 20 pages to say something, unless I am at work and literally cannot take out my phone even though I really want to because I really want to say something, you know, I am either loving it or hating it. But listen, I haven't put that book down. So, well, unless I truly needed to. So, you know it's good. I'm already predicting 5 stars. May that be the thing that does me in? Sure. But do I think it's going to because of the writing style that it is and the way that I am so invested in just regular, mundane, rich people who I normally think if I were to ever meet someone like this, we couldn't be in the same room. I'm sorry. Like, with all peace and love, don't interact. You and I have just so different views. It might actually, like, we would grate on each other, okay? Just because our lifestyle, our thought processes, our perspectives, and if you can't see, like, listen, it would be a struggle. It would be a struggle to be in the same room, but also it would be a struggle to hear what is being said in some of this and not just be like, okay, sweetheart, bless your soul, sit down, let's have a discussion. Or therapy. Therapy is a great idea, very much therapy. So, where was I going with that? When I am like that, when characters are like that, when the world is like that, when I am so invested in people moving furniture, okay? And I just got my apartment recently. If 5 months ago is recent, I remember the struggles of getting stuff up those stairs. So much so that I cut back on groceries so that I don't have to lug it up those 3 flights of stairs. If I, in that mindset, can watch people struggle up the stairs with a bed and a frame and build all of these different things and be so invested for pages and pages and pages, dang, this author deserves an award. I think she might have actually gotten one. I'm not entirely sure. That'd be something to look up. But that is the book that I am reading. That is the book that I am enjoying. That is the book that I am making its own separate reading vlog for. And if you guys want to find out the reasons why, well, stay tuned because it's going to be good. It's going to be good. You're going to want to stick around for this one, for sure. Because reasons that I can't say right now. I really, really want to, but I can't. So yes, that is everything that has been happening and that has been going on, but I do need to sign off now so I can prepare for work. The plan of attack is still to read Little Fires Everywhere and maybe start Dragonfall, and yeah, that is everything for now. Okay, bye! to work a little bit later today. My friend texted me up and was just like, hey, because we're going to this concert together, there's this movie that's coming out about the same group and their last tour. And I know the band and the band members. I don't really know too much past that. Like, I know one or two iconic songs of theirs, and that's pretty much it, because I follow Stray Kids. And if you follow any K-pop group, one singular, you are fed for life. That's just tea until they're done. And even past when they're done, there's just so much content that it's like, oh, you're set for life. So good luck standing multiple groups. Okay, alrighty, all right. So anyways, where was I going off on that? Oh right, yeah, so I got invited to this movie. Yeah, we're going to the movie at like 12:15 is when it starts. Let's go. We will figure out the situation when we get there. I made an executive decision. I am sitting outside of the Barnes & Noble parking lot. It is 11:30 currently, and I have some new books. Okay, listen. I think I did great. Every time I go out, I give myself $100 to spend on books. And I know what you guys are probably thinking. Haven't you already done a book haul, like a mini book haul? Yes, I have. Here's the thing. I skipped out on a month of hauling books, and so I feel like 2 book hauls this month is justified. Also, I am way under the $100, and I'm even under $80. And these are books I know for a dang fact I am going to read sometime very, very soon. And I think also sometime this year. I say I think because it's like we're already halfway through the 5th month, and like I'm a slow reader, so it does take me time to get through books, and I've started like 5 books already. So it's gonna take me some time to get through those, and then we'll get to the other books and stuff. But yeah, that's my justification. That's what happened. I'm gonna go to the other side of the mall now and go to where the Harkins parking lot is. And while I wait expectantly, I will be bringing my book. I don't know if I'll be reading or not, because I think my friend is already there, and so we may just be laughing and talking it up, getting all of our food and drinks and stuff for the movie, and getting ready and getting our seats. So yeah, reading might not be done, but we can do reading later on, and that's okay. So we can't be shopping at work, we can't be watching a movie at work, so, well, we can't be watching a movie theater movie at work because it's in the movie theaters, therefore I want to be at work. And same for the shopping. So we'll get those things out of the way, and then we'll read, which is what we can do at work on our downtime when we got nothing to do, which is a Saturday, so we hardly have anything to do. So catch you guys up on what happens and also how I felt about the movie. Wow, the movie was great. It was literally a recording of ATEEZ's concert for the world tour, the second day in Seoul. So it was so good. The vibes, the energy, I can't wait for this concert. Very much is giving everything that Stray Kids gives for me. I mean, different vibes, but just same energy, same spirit, same just good feelings about the entire thing. So I'm very excited. We'll talk to you guys more when I have the capability to do so, but I really do need to head out and get everything together for work. So I'll bring you guys along for what I can. Most likely will be montage footage and voiceover. I'll do the best I can with editing, and I will be seeing you guys maybe tomorrow for a proper outro. I am very tired. I'm bringing you guys an update because I feel like this is necessary. If I don't say it now, I won't say it later, or I'll just reiterate it later. So, this book right here has my attention, has my heart, has my interest and investment, all of the things. When I say I have never cared more about nothing and have no idea what is happening and simultaneously knows exactly what is happening and how this author is using the stories and plots and techniques just like perfectly. This book is very hard to describe, honestly. And this is like everything, quite frankly, that any writer would want to emulate, if that makes sense. Not necessarily in that they have to write the exact same, but it takes talent. There are things about writing that just objectively are good and bad. That is why even when things are simplistic, when they're sugary and crack, they can still be objectively good stories. And then there are things that we can all agree are objectively bad in books and in literature just in general. Now, I want to specify that our intake of a book, of our reaction to the literature, it is subjective, and there are a lot of subjective elements in writing, but there are key things, and I wish I could like articulate it well here, but there are key elements in literature that have to be there objectively that we can all agree on in every style, in every genre, in every type of book that is out there. And there is something about this book that is just objectively good, and you could take so much from this and just take it out and study it. There are things in here objectively, style, technique, verbiage, elevated vocabulary, things like that, imagery, foreshadowing, characterization, world building, plot, structure, everything, where I'm just like, yes, this can be taken, objectively studied, subjectively studied, discussed in writing classes. I think that this would be a good book. And like, I don't know on the college level, to be honest. I'm still in college for that, to be honest, so I wouldn't even speak for that. But I would say, you know, elementary and up, you know, this is a good book to study literarily for technique and style and stuff. I do think that. And I don't say that about books often. I'm not one to seek out books for academia purposes. Are you kidding? I'm a terrible student. Not that I'm a terrible student, but like, I was not made to be a student, which is why I just want to zip right through college. At this point, like, it has taken me so long to get through college because of that, but it's also going to be the thing that just like, yeah, just get me out of here. That is going to motivate me, quite frankly, because I'm just not made for the classroom. Like, I'll gladly study certain things for what I want, but I'm just wasn't made for a classroom. So all of that to say, I don't look for things for academia purposes. However, objectively, I think this is a good book to study for English and language and literature in higher levels of academia. That's all I'm gonna say. And high praise, because I don't say that about books. So yeah, definitely. But then also subjectively, it's just such a good time. I am so nosy, and I like to be judgmental about characters because I prefer not to be judgmental about actual people. So the part of me that is human and wants to judge something so bad, my characters, and this is great. This is giving me everything I need and more, so I'm very excited to keep reading this. I'll get more along the actual plot, but I do need to go back into work. I'm on lunch break right now. It's towards the end. I got me some energy because necessary, and so I need to get back in to finish out the day. But I did want to just say that this is so good, and I wanted to make that point because I think that point above all is something that I don't want to forget. So said it, and when I next update you guys, I'll be a little further along and I'll be able to give more of the story in context for like everything that I have been saying that I love about this book. So yeah. Hey guys, told you guys to see me for the third time. Third time is the charm. Yes, this is technically editing me in the right setup and in a different shirt. Basically, stuff happened with this vlog, okay? This was a vlog of chaos. That's the theme, I guess. So, I guess if it's the theme of the readathon, I don't know, but basically what happened was yesterday, I was editing all day for this video. Well, I wasn't editing all of yesterday. I edited for like the first couple hours of the morning, and then I was exporting it, and I was exporting other things, and it took like the entirety of the day, to be honest, to export it. I was doing other things while that was happening, doing some editing and like behind the scenes stuff for other content, and that was fine and that was great. And everything was fine. I also filmed another video as well, so while I was editing and doing things, I was also creating content and all of these things. Well, it took so long to export, and then I just, like, I had to go back, and I was gonna deliver back the books because I, on Friday, bought some books at Barnes & Noble, and I know you guys might be expecting a haul, but I am going to be good with my money, and I was able to get one of the books that I got then, which was the entirety of the reason for the trip anyway, for free, because I got a lot back for credit on my Amazon account because there were some things that I didn't want, so it went back as credit instead of into my bank. And so I used that money as like free money for that book amongst others, and I actually got 4 books for free heading to me right now as we speak. So I was like, okay, so I'll just deliver these other books back and actually get the cash, which I did. Right before heading into the store, however, my heart dropped because I was unable to see the video that I edited export on my phone. So I was trying to export a bunch of extra other stuff to be able to export that video, and I happened to delete all of the files that were within that video instead of the stuff that I uploaded extra on top of it. And the stuff that I saved extra on top of it from the raw footage was only just the book that I was reading. So technically, I could have saved it, and I did. I made an entire thing explaining, okay, here's why there is no vlog this week. Here's what it is instead. We'll make lemonade out of lemons, and I will try to get it together and not cry for y'all. Well, I wake up this morning and I see a system update, and I'm like, okay, let's start the day with that. So we did a system update. Lo and behold, my exported video that I thought exported, because I saw it get done and I hit done. I went to the photos, I did not see it, so I tried exporting it multiple times afterwards. It was on the phone. So I did not question it. I just very quickly exported it to YouTube, just like crossing all the fingers, eyes, toes, anything else you could cross, knocking on wood, all of the things, that it wouldn't be one of those files that wasn't like fully backed up or anything, because the stuff that I put into trash, I then also deleted right away. And normally I'm so good about that. I'm almost paranoid to the point of making sure that it's the right file that I want to delete at least 4 times. 3 to 4 times. That's kind of how I am. That's also how I am with the locks on my door. I'm just like, when something happens, I just have that paranoia instinct kick to do all of the things to prevent the mistake from happening again. Probably should talk about that with my mentor. Probably will do so when she gets back from her Israel trip. But we were able to get the file. It didn't need to be backed up or anything. So I have been spending all of today gathering all of the footage, editing the second half with the file footage that I had, because that wasn't deleted. And now I am coming to you guys for the outro. And all of the editing me's up until this point were yesterday, as I was trying to make the video, make it a little bit more cohesive, because while there was a lot more substance, like I felt like it still needed a little bit of help. So I am just like at this point, I like small mercies, I guess. And then, you know, I haven't really gotten a lot of sleep. Like when I sleep well, but I haven't really gotten a lot of sleep recently, and that also played a part of it. And also I have had a lot of emotionally draining conversations, growth conversations that needed to happen, but just like a lot has been happening. And then to have that on top of it, I'm just like, of course. And so, you know, it was a win to see that this morning. It was a win that even though it's out of character for me, like I ate lunch earlier today and then I took a nap, and now I finally woke up like an hour and 15 minutes later, but I still have so much of the day, which is so nice because my body needed that hour and 15 minutes. So waking up as early as I did, getting all of the system updates and editing things and being able to export it in the way that I did, and being able to like eat and do all of the things to take care of myself in the other ways so that I can just rest and relax and just conk out. So nice. And now like I'm just like reiterating everything that's happening, and it's like there's that whole reflective of emotions of just like all of the turmoil, all of the feelings, and like it sounds dramatic of like turmoil, but it felt like internally very much like turmoil and chaos, and now it feels like okay, I can breathe and it's kind of steady. And in the moment, like I didn't feel any of it, but like being outside of it, being able to actually see what happened and being able to just like, okay, I'm processing, I'm talking about it, and now after I'm done talking about it, all right, we're doing great over here, you know? But I think it's also real to show that part as well. So that's why it's being shown, and why I'm talking it out and allowing it to be kept in. If truly I believe that it's not worth it to keep in, I won't, you know, keep it in. But I don't know, that's just the real of this particular vlog. But praise the Lord for small mercies, that's all I'm saying. But yeah, that was the week. Let me end this video with some reading updates. So I am currently on chapter 10 of Little Fires Everywhere. Have not gotten too far into the book, but I have made progress, and quite frankly, this is a book to savor, this is a book to sit with, so I'm not mad about that. So we're gonna continue with Little Fires Everywhere, and I don't know if I mentioned this already. I think I did? No, I didn't. Some sad news. On Zodiac Academy, I am DNFing. Yeah. Just for me, I got about 80 pages in or so. For me, there was a scene between our FMC and MMC, and I did not like what happens. It was a little too close to a line that I do not like because of where I stand right now currently in my life. I can't read stuff like that and not get affected. So DNF for now. That is all for this vlog. This is Tuesday, so I am in Ashley Hart's Readings live stream, and we are going to be making progress in this bad boy today. But of course, after I do all of the things, you know, getting some coffee, my little sweet treat slash energy fuel, and then I need to do a reading update actually on a blog that I'm going to be doing. I actually I heard her talking about it in the live stream. I was like, oh good, we can talk about it, because I know I said earlier on in this vlog that I wasn't able to talk about it yet because I didn't know what was going to happen in terms of that. So yeah, Ashley Hart's Reading and I are doing a collab. This is both of our first collabs, and it's all about reading one 5-star pick of a few that were given to each other. So stay tuned for that vlog. It is coming out shortly, I do believe, because she is a fast reader. I am not, but I did start before she did. She just got the book last night. She's already in chapter 7. Oh, I mean, it is a great book, don't get me wrong. Like, everyone in the live stream was just like, oh, I love The Last Apothecary, and just hyping it up, and I was just like, yes, finally. I'm with the majority of people, or at least the majority of people on the live stream, and that just felt really validating, to be quite honest. because I was like, we need to make sure that I choose a book that is going to be worth her time and intrigue, because a lot of my 5-star reads, not gonna lie, are backlist and mostly YA, mostly fantasy, mostly dystopian, very younger reader, because I was a younger reader when I last was reading 5 stars. And then I got back into my reader girl era, and then I did get 5 stars, but I didn't know if they would necessarily appeal to people. So, but with the way she's talking about The Lost Apothecary, they might have. So, I don't know. If there ever is a part 2 in the future, or if she literally just wants more books, girl, if you want more books, let me know. I got some recommendations that might be a little bit more attuned to that type of writing style, or at least that I felt kind of is like that in different ways. But anyways, that's beside the point. What is the point is that I am really loving this. This is still a 5-star prediction, and we are going to be reading it a little bit more this evening after I do some more content work stuff. So let me just outro this video because it's been long enough for y'all. I am going to be leaving in the description box down below. Oh, so many people. Okay, so we're gonna leave Lexi and her announcement video, and within the announcement video you can get all of the hosts and I think all of like the game makers, or what they're called. Basically they read for you or against you during the challenge if you're in it, and then I link directly my team leads because that's just kind of what I do at this point. I will leave Ashley Hart's readings video, latest video, oh, maybe not latest anymore, but one of her latest videos, because I may be, spoiler alert, playing a game that coincides with said video, or playing alongside rather. If you know, you know, if you don't, here. She has a new video up on her channel about a little game show, and this is just a prelude. If we want more of the game-esque type videos, then she has more questions. I am advocating that there are going to be more game shows. I hope you guys do too, and if you guys also would like to advocate for that, go into her video, leave a comment, watch the video, like, subscribe to her, all of the things. She's almost at 400 subscribers. She is one away as of the last time I was watching. So she's probably already there by the time you guys are seeing this video. And by the time this video gets uploaded. So if it's already there, then we're getting her to 500. Okay? All right, cool, awesome, thanks. Then I will also leave some of my stuff linked down below. This channel, my lifestyle channel that I am going to turn just more into just a channel that is anything but books, basically. Which is kind of lifestyle anyway. My Bookstagram, my Instagram, my book talk, because that is what my TikTok is turning into, and I think that's everything. So thank you guys so much for watching and for enduring the chaos. Thank you guys so much for being the best bookish bestie that ever was, is, or ever will be. I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Bye!